Okay, it should be live right now with this session, Introduction to Audacity. And I'm just waiting for the URL to come up so that I can connect with the Zoom meeting where we're actually conducting this session. I'm just live streaming it because I have some time. Using open broadcasting system, of course. So, and again, I'll be looking back and forth because I'm on a second screen here as well. So let me just get the URL for this actual broadcast so I can tweet it. And I wish there was an easier way, but I don't know of an easier way. So, oh well. So, go to my channel. Oh, two watching already. So, let me just get the URL for this actual broadcast now. And so I'll tweet this. Okay, tweet. There we go. So people can find me now. So that's good. And it seems to me I had, yeah, there it is. So there we go. So that's a nice looking title screen. And maybe I'll make that a title screen later. But for now, we'll just leave it at that. Let's see if my thing has come in. No, it hasn't. So I can't really get started just yet because I'm waiting for the Zoom invitation to come in. But if you're watching, we'll be looking at Audacity, and you can see the home page there. And Audacity is live. Well, it's not live. It's for recorded sound only, and it's for sound editing, manipulation, saving, format conversion, bunch of other stuff like that. I wonder if people are watching. Yeah, we're at one person now, so I'll just say something in the chat. So, and now we're up to 2 people. So I don't know how that works. Oh well, I might be the one person who was watching. So yeah, that happens. Anyhow, I've just said something in the chat, and we'll go back to Audacity. Still waiting for the Zoom session to start. So I'll just do some tests while I'm here. I've got open broadcasting system running. That's how I'm doing this webcast. There it is, right? I had some glitches right before we started. Actually, right before this, last night it started, where my keyboard froze for some reason. I was routing it through a KVC switch to my computer. That allows me to flip-flop between 2 computers for the same keyboard and monitor. Although the keyboard only works on one computer because the second computer is an NRC computer, and it won't allow anything to be plugged into the USB except for an actual keyboard or mouse. So no switching. So I just plugged it into the main computer, and it seems to be working, but I'm not sure. So okay, I'm going to start up Audacity. And so give it a second here. Here it is. So and the test I want to run is can I play back a sound that I've recorded with Audacity in OBS and therefore also in the meeting that we're doing. So I'm going to record some sound. So here I am doing a test recording. You notice the volume isn't very high. I need to get pretty close to the mic. Even then, it's not very high. I'm going to try to crank that up a bit. That's as high as it goes here. Well, that's better. Okay, that might be good enough. All right, we'll stop there. Now, I'm going to play this back. Now, I can't hear it. Although it says the sound is coming in, but why can't I hear it? Isn't that odd? Tools. Let's check my own earphones first. So I'm going to open my sound setting. You can't see that. Maybe I'll help you see that first. Yeah, I'll do that. So I create a scene. Right screen. Okay. Audacity then. Let's move this out of the way. And tools. No, not tools. Yeah. Edit. Preferences. And playback. No. Devices. Playback. Right. Choose the headphones I'm actually using. That's much better. Now I can hear it, and hopefully you guys can hear it too, but I don't know now. Okay, so, oh, and I'm not actually recording my, okay, well, let's check my email, see if my URL has come in. No, it hasn't. Okay. So I'm doing a live streaming. I'm not recording locally yet. Although the YouTube version will be recording, of course. It's been recording since the start. But I want to see if... oh, well, that's something I could do. All right, let's try that first. Okay, so I'm going to play this sound for a few seconds. All right. So I've played that. Now I need to move reasonably quickly. I'm going to go to my Twitter feed, click to the video, which is showing nothing but the start screen. All right. So I've played that. Now I need to move reasonably quickly. I'm going to go to, and it did not play, Twitter did it? Feed, click to the video. Well, that's something I could do. All right, let's try that first. Okay, so I'm going to play this sound for a few seconds, showing nothing but the start screen. All right. So I've played that. Now I need to move reasonably quickly. I'm going to go to, and it did not play, Twitter did it? Feed, click to the video. All right. Well, that's something I could do. So all right, let's try that. Now that didn't work. Okay, so I'm gonna. Jeez. Too many things happening all at once. But the upshot is, you were not hearing the stuff coming from Audacity, at least not on the video, which means it wasn't recording probably in the audio. Let's try. I'm going to start recording. So what I did is I pressed that button, start recording. Now I'm going to play a little bit. Okay, that's the end of the test recording. I'm going to stop recording now. And now I'm going to go to my recordings. I can never find them. But, oh, come on. Okay. File location. All right, so here's the recording I just made. Now, for some reason, VLC is not working today. I don't know why. So I'll have to open it with Windows Media Player. So here it is. What I did is I pressed that button, start recording. Now I'm going to play a little bit. Yeah, it's not capturing. But I tested it earlier and it was capturing. Okay, that's the end of the test record. That might be because of the change I made in the sound. Okay, let's check and see if I got a URL yet to register. No, okay. Or to sign in. Okay, so maybe I messed it up when I changed the audio setting. So let's fix that then. So this is kind of jumping into the deep end right away, but yeah, this is the sort of stuff that happens beforehand when you're trying to get ready. It's pretty common. So here I am doing a test recording. You notice the volume isn't very high. I need to get pretty close to the mic. Even then, it's not very high. I'll try to crank that up a bit. That's as high as it goes. Okay, I can't tell. Yeah, that's the thing with the live stream. If you're watching the live stream and you click pause or even stop, or even if you close the window and you come back to it, it picks up where you left off. So, okay. Let's see if the recording worked. So here's the new recording. Right here. I'll play it in Windows Media Player. Again, no. Oh, well, that's different. Nope. And you've been getting some pretty awful video too while I've been messing around with this. Okay, so let's change the sound settings again. It's odd because it was working earlier. So, okay, well that's not too far behind. Okay. So let's close out of that. All right. Let's try. Edit preferences. Let's try Microsoft Sound Mapper. No, I cannot hear it in my headphones. That's actually a good sign. My headphones are greedy. They create their own output channel. They won't share. It's just the way Bose headphones work. They're really nice headphones, but they're a pain to work with sometimes if you're doing stuff like this. So right now, all I'm getting is, well, the beautiful noise canceling effect, which is actually pretty nice. But so, okay. So let's try recording a little bit of this. So let's try recording. So I'm going to start recording on OBS. So start recording. And now start playing. It is outputting somewhere. OBS says it's capturing it. Alright, and now we'll let it run through. Okay, that's it. Let's see if doesn't look like it. Hmm. Maybe OBS isn't capturing the input properly. Let's try adding an audio input capture. So here's what I'm going to do with OBS. I'm going to click plus and then audio input capture. Create a new one. And what's it going to be? Oh, maybe I can capture whatever I'm hearing in my Bose headphones. That would be pretty cool. Okay. That's pretty cool. Oh, but I'm going to get some echo maybe, eh? Yeah, I'm not capturing what I'm hearing in my Bose phones. I'm capturing what my Bose phones hear because it has a microphone somewhere in there. So let's remove that then. That was this one, wasn't it? No, it was this one. I'll remove that. Okay, let's try maybe a different audio input capture. There wasn't much else to choose from. Could just go with default. Let's try that. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. We don't know at this point. Let's move that out of the way. Let's get our audio queued up. Okay. Well, maybe it worked. It said it did. Okay. Let's zip over to here. But of course, I'm not hearing it in my headphones. I'm not even hearing my own voice in my headphones. Tricky. And I had it working, and then I switched my output over to my headphones. Oh, here's Manisha's login. All right. So I'm logging into the Zoom meeting. And I am using the computer audio. So, here I am. You should be seeing my cat. I'm hoping you're seeing me shortly. I'm using the OBS virtual camera that I talked about last time. Oh, but I have to turn it on. All right. So, let's try that again. OBS virtual camera. There we go. So, but I'm not hearing any of you yet. Maybe because you're not speaking, or maybe because I'm not hearing.
Good morning, Stephen. Can you hear me? It's Cheryl.
Can I get someone to try speaking?
Yeah, Cheryl Dumont here trying to speak. You can't hear me?
It's early, yeah.
I can hear you clearly, Cheryl. I can hear you.
Okay. If somebody spoke, I did not hear. Let me try the chat. Yeah. Okay. La-di-da-di-da. So I can't hear a thing. I've been having sound issues. Um, you know what? Take off my headphones. They're pretty useless, anyways. And switch all my sound output to my speakers. Okay, so
Morning,
I'm
Cheryl.
just gonna
Morning.
go into my sound settings.
Good to see you here, Ron. I am new.
Now you got your picture in Suzanne's and you're speaking in yours.
There we go.
Isn't that funny?
Is that better? Could I get someone to speak?
Hello, it's Cheryl from St. Albert Further Ed. Can you hear me?
We can hear each other and you. Sorry you can't hear us. Well, at least you can hear me. That's good.
Yeah.
Select the speaker. Yeah, see, it said Bose was selected, but Bose isn't. All right, maybe that'll work. Could I get you to say something again?
Hi, it's Cheryl from St. Albert Further Ed, Stephen.
Hi, Cheryl. I hear you. Awesome.
Yay.
Yay,
we can hear
indeed.
each other and we can hear you. If you can hear us, maybe somebody else could try.
Hi, it's Anu from St. Albert Further Ed. Could you hear me?
I hear you perfectly. Thank you.
Oh, great. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Now, let me test one more thing here. Can you hear this? So here I am doing a test recording. You notice the volume isn't very high. I need to get pretty close to the mic. Even then, it's not very high. I'm trying to crank it.
Yes, very light.
Very light, eh? Okay. This is hard to organize because what I'm doing is I'm using Open Broadcasting System, which is this, right? And I'm actually streaming live on YouTube right now. I have no idea what their experience is like, although I think it's not good. I'll start recording now. So this is the local recording. So if someone in the far future is watching this, this is Introduction to Audacity. And I'm sending my video through the virtual camera. We covered a lot of this stuff last week in the Intro to OBS session. I'm trying to use that technology because it just makes things a little more interactive. Like, for example, you can see me and my screen at the same time, which is kind of cool. But I'm also broadcasting to YouTube. So here's my YouTube broadcast. We talked about that last week as well, how to do that. And the recording for that's all available. So you can just contact Manisha or check my website. So here's the actual live stream that I'm running. And let's see. Broadcasting to YouTube. So here's my YouTube broadcast. Now, it doesn't matter whether you could hear that, but, and maybe, oh yeah, it was faint, so I'm going to crank up the speakers a bit. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to crank it up. I'm using the low-tech solution of using my monitor. It's actually a TV, and using the sound of my monitor to give you the audio because I can't make it all quite connect properly. But okay, enough of that. We're 42 minutes into the session. Oh my goodness. I guess we got started a bit late, eh? So this is Introduction to Audacity. And so let me frame what I'm sending you so that I know what I'm sending you. Oh, that's what I'm sending you, right? Okay. There we go. All right. So this is the actual start of the session. So, oh, goodness. There we are. It's way over here. Where did it go? It can be so annoying sometimes because it doesn't pop up properly. And I don't know why. Okay. Hide video. Oh, Max, there we go. For some reason it minimized to like a little tiny box on my screen. Alright, so I'll just minimize that. And please log in now. You're teaching us Audacity. Well, not so far. Okay. Alright. Audacity. The program. Okay. So this is the Audacity homepage that I'm at here, where you would get Audacity. www.audacityteam.org. And hopefully you guys have downloaded it. If not, it's a pretty straightforward download. Just click on download, pick the version you want, and it will save for you. Well, not yet, but it will. So just pick the current version. I always go with the installer. That's the easiest. You might also want to get the plugins if you haven't done that yet. These are really useful, and you'll probably end up needing them. So after you've downloaded and installed Audacity, click on the plugins, and there are instructions, of course, because there's a bunch of different plugins. The one you really need is Lane MP3 encoding library. That requires the FFmpeg. It changes from time to time. What happened is MP3 is a proprietary format, and Audacity is open source software, and so it has to be done separately. So go to the instructions for Windows. Yuck. Just yuck, right? So scroll down to here to install FFmpeg, which is what you need. Or no, the lame is what you need. FFmpeg is an extra, so we'll click on lame FAQ. We get this horrible page. And in fact, abandon all of that. Audacity, lame, download, and this is the FAQ that we just saw. This is the Lane MP3 encoder search results, or here are some places. Here it is on SourceForge. That's a reliable source. Download current versions. Oh my goodness. It's worse. It gets worse every time I do this. I'm sorry about that.
Can you maybe, while you're playing with this, can you tell me what Audacity is or what's it supposed to be? I guess
yeah, I kind of jumped into the deep end, didn't I? Yeah.
Like could you give me a little, like, what's it supposed to do?
Yeah, that's what I'll do. My apologies for that. I made the classic mistake that so many of these help videos do. I get hung up on how to install it, and I don't even talk about what it does. Okay, so here's Audacity. Audacity is sound recording and editing software. I'll give you an example. If I click this red button, now Audacity is recording sound from my microphone, right? And I can save that file. Well, I saved the project, which is the sound that I've just saved, right? Or I can export that as either MP3 or WAV or OGG or other types of formats. I usually save in MP3. That's why I was trying to save that lame thing. But that's the basics of what it does. Records audio and lets you save it. So I can also play back what I've just recorded. Now Audacity is recording sound from my microphone. Now what's pretty cool is I can record again. I can start here, right with the existing thing, or oops, sorry, I'm all thrown off because of our ridiculous start. I can take some of this, right click, nothing's working. Control C, Control V. Okay, so you see what I've done there is I copied some of this and I created a new track out of it. Normally, if I just start recording and I don't have any track selected, it just adds a track. And for some reason, it's not doing that now, which of course figures. That's why I had to copy it. Anyhow, the main point here is, I'll go back to the beginning. Now Audacity is recording, so I can actually layer tracks of sound. You might think, well, that's pretty useless, but I'm going to import some audio. Let's import some audio. What kind of audio? Oh, for goodness sakes. I'm trying to do everything fast and I'm just making myself slower. And there's no music in my music. I know there's music in my music. Yeah, see, I got lots of music in my music, so why was there no music in my music? I don't know. Alright, so here I am importing some Aretha. Now you see, it's added this as a track, so now we'll go back to the beginning. Now Audacity is recording sound from. Okay, so you see what I've done. Let's maybe get rid of most of that.
Is it possible that you could do a screen share on that so we could actually see the software?
You should be seeing it.
I can see it in the back of your TV screen, but it's not very
yeah,
large.
Okay. It's not very large. You want it bigger. Yeah.
If you could do a screen share, it would be helpful to me anyway.
How's that?
Thank you.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to go fast because we started so late and I'm just messing everything up. my deep apologies. This is not the best learning I've ever done. So stop me and correct me anytime because so far this hasn't been good. All right. Something I can do with Audacity as well is edit. I'll highlight a little bit there. And now I just hit delete on my keyboard and nothing happens. Goodness sakes. Edit, delete, and it goes away. And now I'll do the rest. Edit, delete, And so now I've cut my audio a lot shorter. So, but it's really hard to work with like this. So what I'll do is zoom in, and the way it used to work is Control Plus, and that's not working. Nothing is working. Why not? I don't know. So view, zoom. Let's zoom to. Oh, there's a good idea. We'll just select something, and now we'll. Where'd it go? View, right? View, zoom to selection. There we go. So it's zoomed to what I've selected. Now we can see these side by side pretty big. This is the audio that I recorded. Notice it's in stereo. This is the bit from Aretha that I recorded. Now I can play them. Now Audacity. Oh, but that sound is way too loud, isn't it? The music. So another thing I can do with Audacity, I'll highlight this selection and go into Effect and hit Amplify. Now, of course, I don't want it to go louder. I want it to go softer, but you can go into the negative numbers with Amplify. So I'll make it softer. Kind of have to play around with this a bit to get a feel for it. So now you see how the wavelengths are much smaller. This should be much quieter. Now Audacity is recording sound. It's still a bit loud. Let's make it a lot quieter. Effect, repeat amplify. There, that should do it. Now Audacity is recording sound from my microphone. Beautiful. Got some background tracks there. Less than 30 seconds, so I'm not going to get hit by a takedown notice from YouTube, I hope. They can be pretty picky sometimes, so you got to be careful. Generally, it's better to use open source audio tracks that you can obtain from, say, Creative Commons. But you know, that music still is a bit too bouncy for me. Let me get rid of this track. We'll just focus on the music for a bit, and I'm gonna undo the amplification. So edit, undo track, remove, edit, undo, amplify. Now it's a bit louder again. I'll get rid of this track again. Right. But I want a really cool background effect. So select, change speed. I can speed it up or I can slow it down. I'm going to slow it down a lot. Now listen. Okay. Now, can I all right. So I'm trying to record another audio track. You notice it just started right after the end of this sound, which is really annoying. So what I'll do is I'll select this, and actually what I'll do is I'll select this, all this blank space here. It'll take me a few seconds. And hit delete, and nothing happens. My keyboard is really messed up today. Edit, delete, and so now I've synced this up. So I can start my audio here, I'm just going to take it all the way down. Oh, right. Don't know why that's not working. Edit, delete. All right, now I'm going to record some voice. Here I am recording some voice with my interesting music in the background. So let's see how that came out. Here I am recording some voice with my interesting music in the background. You wouldn't even know that that's Aretha Franklin playing in the background. So let's undo all of this. All right, we're back to the original Aretha again. There's all kinds of effects you can do with Audacity. Highlight a little bit. All right, I can amplify it. I can change the bass and treble. I can change this pitch. I can change the speed, even change the tempo. Here's a fun one. I can distort it. So, by changing the clipping level, changing a few of these things. So, now let's see what I've done to this. Horrible. I can do it in reverse. Here's Aretha backwards. Effect. I can repair the sound. Here's something really useful. If I'm going to record some voice. Here I am recording some voice. Here I am recording some voice. Now, if we listen to this, here I am recording some voice. Here I am recording some voice. It's hard to hear sometimes, but there's this background sound. Right? It's the sound of my computer running. I want to get rid of that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm looking for it, is noise reduction. Right? What this will do is get rid of that background noise for me. So what I need to do is select a blank spot in the audio where that background noise is. So here I'm speaking, here I'm not speaking, right? Then effect, noise reduction. And now the first thing is I get the noise profile. So I'm telling Audacity what the background noise is. Okay, now it knows. Now I'll select the entire clip and noise reduction. Okay, I already have the noise reduction. These are some parameters. I'll just leave them, although you can, experiment with them on your own later. I'll click OK. And you see how that line has flattened right out? Now, when I play this, here I am recording some voice. Here I am recording some voice. Isn't that beautiful? Right, I've gotten rid of all of my extra noise. And it sounds clean and professional. Now, but I'm not a very good broadcaster. I was loud here, I was soft here. So I want to normalize that so it's all at the same level. So effect, normalize. I'll just hit OK. That didn't work at all. Undo normalize. what that should have done is or maybe I'll use loud, perceived loudness. Yeah, that didn't help. I guess I haven't really varied my voice enough for normalize to really work. But the whole idea here of normalize is it should normalize it all to basically the same loudness. Let's preview this. Here I am recording some voice. Here I am. Yeah. Don't really notice the difference a whole lot. Oh well. But if you have really extreme versions, then you can use that. But here's what I do instead, because it's not very reliable. I select the bit that's really loud, and what I do is I select amplify, and I don't want it reduced that much, but I'll reduce it a bit, maybe that much, maybe a little bit more. Repeat amplify, that's better. Now here I am recording some voice. So basically, and this is really good for interviews, because very often when you do an interview, one person's voice is really loud, the other person's voice is pretty quiet, and you want to have them about the same so that you're not messing people up who are listening to you. So you select the really loud and reduce it. Normalize should do that as well, and I don't know why it didn't do that for this selection, except just that there just wasn't a whole lot of variation to begin with. Again, with this, the best thing to do is to experiment. Like play with reverb, for example. Look at all the different settings. So let's just try it the way it is. So I should get some nice echo effect here. Here I am recording some voice. Here I am recording some voice. So you can also create noise. Here's some white noise. Maybe that's a little loud. So let's reduce it. Maybe a bit more. Oops, wrong way. Oh, for goodness sakes. Okay, that's probably going to be better. Now I'm going to copy a little bit of this. And I'm going to create a new track with it. And I should be able to move this. I know there's a way to move this. Well, maybe I'm just... No. Sorry, I'm looking for how to move it because I know it's there, but I just don't know where it is because I've forgotten. And my right click is not working at all for some reason. Oh, here we go. Let's try this. Right. All right. So now, and okay, and I'll come back to this select tool. I'll just get rid of all of that. Wow, it created a lot of that white noise. All right. So look at this interesting little effect. Here I am recording some voice. Here I am recording some voice. So you can create little effects and put them into the audio track that you're recording. You can add pretty much as many of these audio tracks as you want. I've done dozens of them. There may be an upper limit. I've never hit it. But there you go. Now, once you have all of this, the next step is to save it. So File, Save. Now, Save Project will save this project itself. It's not an audio file, but it means you can open this back up and use it. What Audacity does is it saves a whole bunch of little tiny .au type clips. And that's how you can just keep recording forever. It doesn't create one great big huge file. It creates a whole bunch of little files and then puts them together. So when you just click save, you're saving these little files. And I'll show you what I mean. I'll just save this in my home directory. Oh, I'll call it clip. It'll save as an AUP. Okay. And so I'll go to my home directory if I can find it. Oh, goodness. All right. Oh, for goodness sakes. Right, so here's clip.aup. That's what I just saved, but it also creates a directory or folder. Here it is, clip data. It's always the name of the file hyphen or underscore data. Now if I go into that, here are all the little AU files that it saved. And here's one of them. Oh, it's not going to play at all, is it? Of course not. Right, because VLC player's not working at the moment for some weird reason. Open with Windows Media Player, which is... Oh, Windows can't play this file. Of course not. And... Oh, there it is. So, VLC player's not working. This won't play. Take my word for it. It's a little tiny audio clip. Just a couple of seconds long. So, if you want an actual file you can play, you have to export. So, File, Export, you can choose MP3, WAV, or OGG. Let's choose WAV for now, because it's easier and will work without any plugins. So, clip.wav, I'll save that. So, it's going to mix my tracks and export it as one stereo file, so okay. Now we have the metadata. Notice it's picking up the metadata from the Aretha Franklin track that I recorded. I'll change that metadata because this isn't that track anymore. In fact, nothing remains of it. Stuff. album title. So pick whatever you want. Year 2021. Genre, there's actually, if you double click here, you have a pre-selected list of genres you can choose from. I always choose one that's not on the list. Talk. Publisher, if someone published it. Band, if there's a band. Composer, if there's a composer. And you can add more metadata fields if you want. So fill in that metadata. You should fill in that metadata because if you play it on some other audio player, this metadata is what shows up on the display when you're playing it. So we'll click OK. Now it's saved. We'll go back to this directory, or we'll go back to a new directory, because why would it go back to the one where I was? Okay, so now here's what we've just saved, clip.wave. I'll open this with Windows Media Player. Here I am recording some voice. Here I am recording some voice. See, and this is the metadata that was at the top there. Here I am. And that's the basics. If you export in MP3, it'll work exactly the same way. You're exporting, export as MP3. Tracks will be mixed down. It'll save the metadata from before. Click OK. Now you've created an MP3 file. And if we look at it, here it is. Here I am recording some voice. Here I am recording some voice. So that actually was playing in VLC. So now it's going to work. Isn't that nice? So that's the basic intro to Audacity. Very abbreviated with a lot of hiccups on the way. Are there any questions or comments, or is there anything that you'd like to see?
So all of you are welcome to ask questions now. Mr. Damas, tell us the difference.
There we go. M4A. You didn't see any of that, did you? You guys have to stop me. So here's my email. Here's where it came in. Here it is as the attachment. I right-clicked on it, save as, and then I saved it. So, and here it is saved. Now, I could just play it by double-clicking on it. No. Oh yeah, I am recording. Okay. See, now I'm recording some sound. Alright, but I want to be a bit more creative than that. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Audacity. Let's create a new project. So, and I can close the old one off. I don't need it anymore. So, a new project, brand new project. File, open, and I'm going to open the file that I just saved. Users, Steve, and here it is. Open. And there it is. Now, M4A and MP3 and Wave and OGG and .au, these are all different audio formats. But from the perspective of Audacity, we don't care. Audacity will open all of them. So if somebody sends you audio and you can't play it, just try opening it in Audacity. It'll probably play it. I mean, here we are playing it. No. Oh yeah, I am recording. See, now I'm recording some sound. Okay. So there you go. Now I have this. I can save this by exporting it to MP3 or Wave. Let's export it to MP3. Now the metadata is all blank because it just came in from the email, but you know, I could put the person's name in, whatever. But let's do something else first. Let's add comments. So okay, so it's going to start down here, which is really annoying, but that's okay. We'll just select the movement thingy, move my audio back to here, and I'm giving myself a bit of a starting point. Now I'll select the selection tool, delete that because I don't need it. There's probably easier ways you can do this, but this is going to work for now. Alright, so let's go all the way to the beginning, and I want to complain that the beginning was slow. Now I'll record a little bit of audio. Whoa, this beginning was slow. Oh yeah. Okay, now when I save it all. No. Whoa, this beginning was slow. Oh yeah, I am recording. Right, you could actually layer your comments right on top of their audio. I don't know how useful that would be, but you could. Or alternatively, you could take one person's selection. You know, you get 2 or 3 people emailing you audio, so add another one. Let's import another audio using, well, let's clip.wave, which we just did. Doesn't matter, right? I mean, it'll import any of these. So, and now let's select this and move it. So first I would listen to message number 1, then message number 2, then message number 3, and so on. So that's how you can handle audio that's been sent in from students. Have them send it to you by email, save the file, and then you can open it up. It doesn't matter what format they've sent it in. open it up in Audacity, and then you can edit it, add comments to it, add other contributions to it, whatever you want to it, because it's an audio file now that you have in Audacity. You can do anything you want with that.
So, before COVID, we were only accepting text documents in Microsoft Word or Google Docs.
Right.
And now we are accepting audio
Yeah,
feedback.
that's great.
So if I put a question in a learning management system, Google, my students can record on their cell phone and email their response to me. So both the instructor and the students have to learn about the software in which they can import the audio file to either record or to listen. And in Google Docs or in Word, I could add my comments when I was in a document and provide feedback to my students. And in Audacity, I can record and provide feedback to the students.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's right. And actually, and in Audacity, if you wanted, here's the students. Let's get rid of this. Here's the students' feedback. You could actually find a spot where they've said something and split it here. Where's my scissors? I always have to find, there. Scissors. I'm going to split it. Okay. Now, select this and move it. Oh, for crying out. It should have split right there. Why didn't it? Select the audio for cut, and then okay, we have to select a little bit. Oh, it's cut, not split. Okay, let's try cut. Yeah, that just cuts a bit out. There should be a place to split, a way to split. Envelope. Draw. I don't want to draw. Well, you do it the hard way then. I'll copy this. Edit, copy. I'll paste it. Edit, paste. Now I'll cut what I've just copied. Edit, cut. Now I want to insert a comment. Here's my comment. I'll select that and move that to where I want it to go. And then I'll select this and move it to after the end of my comment. So you can actually cut their submission and insert your own comment in. So, and then send all of that back to them by audio. And that way you're commenting right in their audio file, and you can take as much time for your comment as you want. Takes a bit.
Thank you. So now I want to know about the different names, the file formats. What I know about WAV file, I know about MP3 file, MP4 files, which are video files. And when I use Zoom, the recording comes out in MP3 and MP4 files.
Right.
And on cell phone, what is a MPA file?
Okay, so here are, well, this is the Wikipedia page for different file formats. Here are all the file formats. There's a lot of them. So the ones that are fairly common, right? M4A is it's used by Apple. Okay, well, actually, let me back up a step. This MP3 is MPEG Layer 3. MPEG stands for Motion Pictures Experts Group. So it's a audio standard that was originally created for motion pictures, And correspondingly, there's a format called MP4, and that's video. So when your Zoom recordings are saving, MP3 is an audio recording, MP4 is a video recording. So you would use a video viewing program, like say Windows Media or VLC, to view the recording, and you would use an audio program, either of those, plus Audacity, to listen to an MP3. And you can listen to an MP3 on your mobile phone just as an audio track. You save it on your mobile phone and just listen to it using whatever you normally use to listen to music. So that's just one of them. Now, an M4A is a version of MP4 used by Apple to create audio files. But basically what an M4A file is just like an MP3 file in the actual file format, but it's got a little wrapper around it. And I have in the past actually made M4A files work as audio just by renaming them. But generally the better method is import them in Audacity and then export them. Wave is a very common format. That's the audio format that was used by Windows. Stands for something like Windows Audio something. They're very large, but they're not compressed really. So they're very good audio quality. And you'll see them a lot. You can convert MP3 to Wave and Wave to MP3 using Audacity, but if you convert Wave to MP3, you'll probably lose some of the audio quality. WMA is another type of audio format, also created by Microsoft, and as the Wikipedia says here, it's got digital rights management in it. WebM is really new, and you'll see that it's a very lightweight audio container intended to be used to listen to audio from web pages. What else have we got? OGG. You remember OGG? That was one of the choices that you could save it. That's an open source type of audio format. It's a pretty good format. There were never any royalties attached to it, which was always nice. However, not all audio players support it. That's why I generally recommend saving audio in MP3. Any more? You'll see this one, the Apple AIFF one. Oh, the AU that I talked about. Remember I said the audio that Audacity saves itself is a whole bunch of little AU files. This is it, created by Sun Microsystems way back in the early days. A lot of audio players, like say the Windows audio player, no longer plays AU, but they used to be widely used, not anymore. Again, there's many more, but those are the most common ones. If you're ever not sure of what one of these extensions stand for, just go to this wiki page, audio file format, and there's also another page, video file format, and that's all the different types of video. So here's the MP4. Should be down here somewhere. MP4, MPEG Part 4, Motion Pictures Experts Group. So, and then there are various other types of video files. WMV, which is the Windows format. the old Apple QuickTime format, which is .mov or .qt. AVI was very popular. MKV is new, and you'll see if you save a file directly from YouTube, it'll come in MP3. WebM is again the newer video format intended to be streamed from web pages. Generally, though, I don't worry much about video formats because I can import whatever I need into Audacity, and then I can play it and save it however I want. So Audacity gives me all the freedom to just not worry about the different formats.
Thank you very much. Any questions for our professor today about the audio formats? I'm very grateful. Very clearly you explained about editing it, and in a simple way. Thank you for focusing on the screen because we were able to see clearly, and for the file formats because people are using many different devices,
Yeah.
whether it's Apple, Windows, like for even to play the Zoom videos in MP4 formats, you need a VLC player.
Yeah.
That's how. So, Audacity, when we have any audio clippings, especially when my students are doing PowerPoints or slides and they want to include or record themselves,
Yeah.
they can do so. They can insert and embed themselves. Or if they're interviewing some elders and they have an audio recording that can be embedded. So I have some questions over here. Athena would like to know, is Audacity open source? And you responded yes. Yes.
Yes, it is. It's free and open source software, so there's no price at all to using it, which is so
Download
nice.
it, like you began with the downloading. If we download it, does it take too much memory on your computer?
No, it's pretty lightweight. I've never had an issue with the size of Audacity. Where you'll run into an issue is with the size of the audio files. Especially, you can start Audacity recording audio, and if you forget about it, and I have forgotten about it in the past,